The following program is a fan-made work of passion, based on a fan-made work of passion. Please make sure to check out the original show and support the creators by throwing money at them so that they release Chapter 3 sooner. Links are in the description.
Arceus, he's unstoppable!
It can't be. Jirachi, can't you do anything to stop him either?
The wind blew stronger every second, coming from the shattered ceiling and walls of the temple's chamber. Arceus and Jirachi held on to whatever jutting rubble they could to keep themselves from being pulled into the ominous dark portal that sat open just outside the large shattered stained glass windows.
I can usually grant any wish, but he's too strong and drains me of my power.
The mythical Pokemon struggled to keep its hold on the stone pillar as it spoke.
It says the entire fabric of reality was slowly bending. If he only weren't so much like you.
Jirachi is right. My greatest mistake yet was having allowed him to come here. Of course, as soon as he got what he wanted, he betrayed me.
No legendary Pokemon can simply wish Arceus away, and no mythic Pokemon can either, let alone a normal Pokemon. And since he's now nearly identical to you in power, nothing I throw at him can have any effect. If nothing's done to stop him,
he will corrupt everything, and this world will be doomed. If we don't destroy the source of his power, there must be a way to reach it.
But we can't possibly do that now. I'm sorry, Arceus. I have failed you.
Unless, perhaps, we have not lost yet, Jirachi.
The legendary Pokemon had a moment of realization. He dug his feet into the ground to try and keep himself steady, but at this point even he had begun to shift. Both him and Jirachi would soon be engulfed by the darkness awaiting them at the end of the room, sucking them into the portal no matter how hard they fought back.
He may be practically unaffected by our power,
and perhaps no Pokemon in this world can hurt him at all.
However, there's something else completely unknown to him. Something whose origins don't apply to anything I've taught him. Perhaps we can use that.
You know me.
Yes, Jirachi. I shall make another wish, and this time it will be worth it. Do it now. Bring him to me.
As you wish, Arceus.
Finally, Jirachi let go of the pillar. Concentrating all of its energy into a glowing orb, it launched it into the air just in time before disappearing into the darkness.
May your wish be granted!
Jirachi.
Arceus felt dark limbs enveloping his own.
Indeed. May it be granted, indeed.
And then, just like that, everything went dark. Until a little spark of hope lit up far away. Are you ready, Kyle? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Arceus' Wish Episode 1 Kyle.
FANDUBed by one person because he's insane.
The room is so cold. Is my window open? Whoa! In trying to stand up, Kyle fell flat on the floor. His legs felt different, as did his arms. His head felt heavier than usual, and his thumbs felt numb to the point where he could no longer feel them. What's happening? He finally decided to open his eyes. In one decisive motion, he pulled them open and took in nothing. All around him was a deep black void, so pure and so solid that Kyle felt his eyes hurt as the dark pressed itself on them. I can't see a thing. I assume I'll have to crawl. Kyle pushed himself up onto all fours, realizing his feet were flat on the floor, however, and that his knees were not bent. He couldn't help but cringe at the strange sensation. Alright, so all I gotta do is bend my knees and crawl, right? Oh no! Kyle stared dead ahead and saw a small blue glow. He reached for it, but its source was too far to touch. Is that coming from my computer? Frowning, Kyle decided to move towards the light. He straightened yet again, this time in the same crawling position as before, and allowed his limbs to move as they pleased to push him forward, making the task of walking a little more than involuntary. A couple more wobbles came and went, but Kyle felt better. Somehow, this had begun to feel like instinct, almost like a memory. The glow grew ever brighter and larger as he approached it, until there was too much light for his eyes to absorb. Kyle instinctively raised his arm up to shield his face, and for the first time actually saw it. Not only could he not feel its thumbs, but they were not there at all. Instead, fuzzy stubs grew from his palms where his fingers were supposed to be.
I have paws?
Astonishment and fear washed over him, and he for the first time realized his tongue, teeth, and lips were not the same either. Longer, sharper, thinner.
What am I? Am I dreaming?
Suddenly, the cold dulled and intensified. The sound of rushing wind and crashing waves grew louder, although Kyle could feel neither one, only the chill which etched itself through to his bones.
Walk into the light.
What? Why? Who are you? What?
In time you will know, but we have not much of it at this moment.
Who are you?
Kyle could see his breath swelling into mist before him, and he felt himself being pulled, then dragged into the source of the intense light.
Stop, please. Whoever you are,
Do not attempt to battle your fate. I am certain you will pull through whatever he sends your way.
He?
You must find your way in the world from this point onward. But do not worry. Your old instincts will soon come to you, Kyle.
Before either could say any more, the intense cold snapped into excruciating heat.
Whoa! It's so hot all of a sudden. What is this? What's happening?
Help! Beating his strange new limbs was all Kyle could do. He had never learned to swim before, and figured that plunging from the sky into the ocean was not the best way to learn. The fall hadn't been the worst part. He had been unconscious for most of it, but now his eyes scanned for land. Just a little far off in the distance, he could see a beach, a single lone cabin perched on it. He tried his hardest not to gasp in any water each time his head went under.
Help! Someone help me! I can't swim! Hey! What? Something's holding on to me! It's pulling me under!
Kyle fought against whatever it was that had just grabbed a hold of him. He beat his limbs, managed to break the surface one more time, but eventually his sore body could no longer sustain the exertion. Kyle took the deepest breath of his life, hoping it would not be his last, before disappearing under the waves. Kyle opened his eyes so wide they hurt. He coughed out seawater and gasped desperately for air.
Thank goodness. You're lucky I've got lifeguard training.
Huh? Kyle weakly glanced up to see a Pokemon sitting before him, an Espeon swishing its tail.
Whoa, when did I get here? You were drowning. A strangely violent tentacle tried to get a hold of you, but I pulled you out and cleared the water from your lungs. Just in time too, it seems. You can talk? Am I still dreaming? You must be confused. Of course I can. How else would I have responded? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to say thank you for, saving me. Don't mention it. It was the right thing to do. My name's Neela. What's yours? Oh, I'm Kyle. Yes, I must still be asleep in bed. I didn't expect to see an Umbreon around here. Not even Pleiada Town sees many evolution visitors. I'm not from here myself.
Umbreon. So that's what I am, huh?
Alright, let me help you up. So, how did you get so far from shore? The town is some 10 minutes south of here, and you couldn't have gotten that far into the ocean on your own, not knowing how to swim.
This is going to sound crazy, but I woke up in a black void and was turned into this. I got dragged into a light and fell from the sky. So, here I am. Neela shook her head, trying to focus on what parts of his statement she could make any sense of.
You weren't always an Umbreon. Does that mean you woke up suddenly evolved? I wasn't always a Pokemon, actually. I can tell you must have hurt your head somehow. Come with me, I think I can help you.
Neela turned tail and walked toward a little neat wooden cabin sitting atop some rocks not too far away from the shore.
So, for now, you can sleep here. If it's okay with you, that is.
That's a bed? Kinda looks like a big nest with blankets on top.
The bed was round, though fit quite nicely in the corner of the room, across from a second nest in the other corner, presumably meant for Neela herself.
Oh well, seems comfy enough. Maybe sleeping in my dream can wake me up in real life.
It's fine by me. Don't worry, it's only until we get you some place to live.
Kyle shook his head.
But I already have a home. I'm lost from it, but I have one. I had a human body too, but I lost that as well. I really just want to go back.
Part of him placed this experience as a dream, and yet part of him felt like it was a familiar state of being. It gave him a sense of homesickness he was looking forward to getting rid of.
I'm really sorry, Kyle, but I don't know where you used to live, or even what you say you used to be. Although I do think I know someone who might. I'll take you to him tomorrow, but you need to rest now.
Sure, thanks.
Still unsure about anything and everything around him, Kyle did his best to settle down and sleep. He was exhausted, and out in a minute. Slowly, Kyle's eyes fluttered open. By scent, he recognized the place he was in before anxiety got the better of him.
How do I remember the smell of everything? Is it because,
Kyle glanced at the floor and noticed a beam of sunlight split into diamonds. He turned around to face the wall behind him and saw a small window, the sun shining steadily brighter behind it. He heaved himself along with his new body to look through it. The warming lavender sunrise greeted him, along with the fading image of a Pokemon's face. Inky black fur, ears shaped like thin footballs, each wrapped in a golden ring, one of which also sat right between the glowing red eyes, not too far above a pointed black nose. The sudden appearance of the Pokemon startled Kyle. It was to him a complete stranger, yet he knew it was only his own reflection.
This isn't a dream then.
He wasn't sure what to think or how to feel anymore.
Morning. Feeling any better? I'm great, thank you.
At least physically.
Kyle managed to smile as he lied, not knowing what else to say. He didn't know why, but he felt Neela was someone he could trust.
Maybe by weird Pokemon instinct? Your old instincts will soon come to you, Kyle.
Are you hungry? Huh? What? Yeah, I guess so. Good. We're going to play out of town market. It'll give me a chance to show you the person I said I would too.
Alright, sounds good.
Are you sure you're alright?
Kyle merely nodded. He waited for her to leave the room and beckoned him to follow before moving after her.
So, we're on an island, right? And on this island, the Pokemon eat bread and drink coffee, and cook and build houses and a bunch of stuff that humans do.
Still don't know what you mean. Pokemon do that everywhere.
You know they stand on two legs, have two arms, usually no pointy ears or long noses or sharp teeth or...
I'm sorry, but even in my travels, I don't think I've ever heard of a Pokemon called human.
But we're not.
So clearly wherever you are, humans don't seem to exist at all.
How did they get here? So, how do you like our town?
Well, it's not as fancy as I'm used to, I guess, but everything seems to work nice and peacefully. How come you live so far from it? There's a park or two, some pretty good stores, a bird-run mail service.
Well, I don't know. I just like the beach and wanted to be close to it, I guess. Anyways, we've reached our destination.
They'd made their way through town and finally reached the marketplace of sorts. Pokemon of all different kinds walking in every direction to purchase goods from the many different stands set up around the circular parlor. In front of them was a small wooden fish stand, and on top of it, sitting beside the merchandise, was an Oshawott wearing a sailor's hat, soundly asleep.
Afternoon, Josh.
How can I help you? Oh, hi Neela. Who's this?
Hey, I'm Kyle. I found him nearly drowning on the beach this morning. He claims to have been transformed into an Umbreon, but used to be a human. And well, I'd figured you know what that—
Human?
Josh leaned over the fish stand to hold Kyle's cheeks with her small paws. He wobbled, staring intensely into his eyes.
Come with me, now.
He half dragged the Umbreon to the back of the stand.
Who are you? How'd you get here?
I'm Kyle, and I don't know.
Well, so tell me, Kale.
Kyle.
Right.
Well,
Tell me what happened before you got here.
well, I went to sleep back home, and when I woke up, poof, turned into an Umbreon. If you need any more detail, I fell from the sky as well. But that's all I can tell you.
This is gonna sound weird, but I've heard my dad talk about humans before.
Really? Was your dad a human?
Look, I don't know if he's met people from a different world or if he is one, but he never said anything about that before.
Right. But do you have any idea of how I can go back home?
No idea. If our dad was a human, he never seemed to worry about having some place to go back to. This was his home as far as he was concerned.
He was one of the founders of our town, and you work at a fish stand?
It's a family business. But besides, he's not even in town right now. A little while ago, he left on some sort of trip. It's just been my brother and I, really, so it's not like I could ask him about any of this.
I don't know if I should tell him about the voice I heard. He'd probably not have any answers, or just get freaked out.
But I'm certain you'll find your way. You seem like a tough guy.
Thanks, I suppose.
Well, I'm sure glad I found my way to whatever this is.
Kyle and Josh turned, surprised to see a Fennekin sitting atop the stand.
Hello? Is anyone got a shopkeep around here? Oh, hello there. Are you new in town?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
My name is Fiona. And I'm guessing yours is Kyle?
For how long were you watching?
Well, see, I was gonna buy fish, but service here is usually better than this on Tuesdays.
I'm not even usually here on Tuesdays. It's my brother.
Hey! Dewey couldn't work today, so you got me. You only came here after him anyway.
Don't think I didn't know.
You were never one for eating fish. What are you talking about? I eat fish all the time. Either way, he's busy. So there's no need for you to be here if you're not gonna buy anything. Well, how rude of you.
Hey, I've been waiting on the other side for a while. What's going on?
Fiona is being annoying. Well, Josh here is refusing service. Shut up. I was busy, that's all.
I can't exactly put my paw on what relationship you two have.
It's only because she only ever comes here because of my brother Dewey. He evolved a little while ago and now she won't leave him alone.
You sure seem to care a lot.
Josh immediately flushed. He removed the seashell from his stomach and tossed it onto the ground in frustration.
Oh dear.
Realizing what he'd done, he frantically picked it up and gently placed it back on his belly. Becoming aware of Kyle's presence once more, his expression closed and he stormed away.
Oh, did I say something wrong?
Don't worry about it. That one's just a real character.
Well, I still would like to get my fish, so I should go after him and... What was that?
All the Pokemon citizens turned around to face where the sound had come from. And to Kyle's surprise, began stampeding in the opposite direction.
This can't be happening.
What's happening?
Come on, let's get out.
As soon as the crowd cleared the parlor, the dust settled. Neela, Kyle, and Fiona slowly crept up from behind the fish stand. They caught sight of Josh not too far away, just as a large shadow slid across the ground and settled on them. They looked up to see the looming shape of a Gengar, teeth bared in a menacing smile. A tentacle floated beside it, its tentacles poised in the air. A pale purple aura-like glow surrounded them both, and the lifeless body of a Pidgeot sat at their feet.
Nobody move.
The horrifying Gengar's mouth remained static, yet the word came out loud and clear. Hi.
Ah!
Terrified, Josh took off running. The tentacle advanced towards him and whipped the tentacle at his feet, causing him to trip and roll on the ground until Neela caught him.
Let's get out of...
But the tentacle hadn't stopped. It circled to stand behind them and spread its tentacles menacingly. We're officially surrounded.
What do you want with us? Leave us alone!
We want him. The Gengar was pointing right at Kyle.
Is that the same tentacle I rescued you from? Kyle, are you in trouble with some sort of Pokemon gang? What? No, I don't even know these guys. I just want to go home.
Enough. Die. The Gengar launched a Shadow Ball at them.
Get away.
She cast Protect and stopped it in its tracks. Concentrating, she attacked it with Psychic, but it wasn't very effective. The Gengar barreled through her attack and was upon them before she was able to move away.
Neela, look out!
She narrowly dodged another attack from Gengar and turned to attack the tentacle with Psychic. It collapsed to the ground, giving them a window of opportunity.
Run! Everyone go!
They all began to run out of the parlor and into town, Kyle doing so as fast as his new limbs could take him without tripping. The Gengar gave chase.
You don't have anything to do with these guys, right?
What? I told you, I don't even know who they are.
Well, let's not stop to ask them now. They're catching up.
The faster Gengar went, the less Kyle could. He was beginning to lose to his old friend Exhaustion, so Josh stepped in.
Take this, you big fat walking head.
He launched Water Gun as hard as he could, hitting him. It was enough to grab Gengar's attention. The Gengar seemed to have forgotten about the others in its anger and placed its focus on Josh, pacing towards him.
Hey, no hard feelings, right?
The tentacle turned to see what had happened, just as another jet of water struck it out of the air. As it fell, a blur of blue crashed into it, sending it tumbling to the ground. The blur landed and Josh recognized who it had been.
Dewey! Little bro, what's going on?
Giving no time to explain, Gengar attacked Dewey, forcing him to back away. It used the chance to leap at Josh and pin him down to the ground.
Little bro! Hey!
Kyle was dazed by the situation and did not know what he was doing or why he was doing it, but he'd gotten the Gengar's attention back. It turned around.
Is it not me that you want?
The ghost's eyes slightly widened, as if it had suddenly realized something important. That's right. It is you that we want.
Kyle, what are you doing?
Before Kyle could react, Shadow Ball had been launched, hitting him precisely on his flank.
Kyle!
Kyle tumbled over and over and realized as soon as he stopped that he could no longer feel his hind feet, then his hind legs, and his torso. Soon his forepaws. He felt the blood rise to his head, then burst out through his eyes and flow freely down his cheeks. The pain was so immense he could only wish he were dead. Then a familiar darkness surrounded him.
Now, this part right here is usually where the credits will be rolling, but these are the credits, so that's that. I want to use this last part to kind of talk about this project, because this took so long to make. I expected that recording voice lines for a 23-minute video would take like 1 at max 2 hours. No, this has taken me over 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours around, spread across the last 9 days. And part of that was because I had to record the voice lines twice, because while recording them the first time, I just pressed play and tried to match the voice lines in the video. Problem is, I've kept my mistakes, which for the editing makes it way worse to go through this and look for the voice lines that I did correctly, because I caught myself multiple times picking out a voice line that I found was correct, and then 10 minutes later I found the same voice line but better pronounced, and I would have to throw the old voice line just out of the project. And then after this 3 hours of me trying to record these lines, I decided to record the entire video just again, with the difference that instead of keeping my fails, I would
just throw the fails away straight away, so that I only keep the good lines, and in the same time I also automatically adjusted them or synchronized them with the actual sounds, with the actual video. And even that still took like 10 hours to make. But now I'm finally done, and I'm kind of proud of it. Now, there's been a total of 4 reasons I wanted to make this. Or better said, I wanted to make this and upload it to YouTube. Reason number 1 is I wanted to have fun. Reason number 2 is I wanted to acquire some editing skills in Audacity, because Audacity is the program that I was using for this project, and with this project I was training, cutting different tracks, etc., effects, and that kind of shit. Reason number 3 was to see what I can do with my own voice, because I'm aspiring to be a voice actor, and hopefully I can make that dream come true in the near future. But this project was meant to give me some training with my voice, where I have a script to follow, or better said, a audio reference to follow. And reason number 4, I wanted to not only do this, but also upload this to YouTube and share this with my friends, the people on the Discord, and the people at UMC, is I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to my best friend for showing me this show. We connected over this show. And therefore I would like to thank Deppy and the entire team of the Underground Media Central for putting this together, because, like I've said, me and my now best friend have bonded or connected over this. We've been friends for 1.5 years, and we've talked daily to each other, and with this project, I wanted to say, again, I'm getting very nervous here and emotional, but I want to say thank you for putting this together, for everything. It is the most... It changed me in so many ways. I've met my best friend through this. I've discovered Pokemon Mystery Dungeon through my best friend, and also through this, and I've also discovered Mystery Dungeon comics and dubs of these comics, and with that I've also discovered people that were looking for voices or voice actors to produce or to dub comics like this. And without this show, I wouldn't be sitting here, and I wouldn't be fan-dubbing this, or I probably wouldn't be dreaming of being a voice actor as much as I do now. And I also want to say thank you to all the beautiful people on the Discord. I've opened up so much more through all of this, I've started reading Mystery Dungeon novels. I've started reading novels in German. I've kind of also started reading comics through this. I've written my own PMD fanfic or story, novel, whatever, and I've translated this to English and shared it on the Discord because people were sharing theirs, and I have found so many new hobbies and likings, and also so many friendly people through this show. And I cannot fathom how much it means to me that this is the first dub or voice acting project that I'm doing, like that I'm sharing with people, that I'm not afraid of posting, and I really hope you liked it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if I did any of the voice actors any wrong. I'm sorry. This was a training project. But like I said, with this, I wanted to put out this message, and I wanted to say thank you. Thank you to everybody at the team. Thank you to the community. Thank you to my best friend for showing me this, or more specifically, for showing me Homesick Umbreon's thesis, the mashup between Homesick and the intro of Neon Genesis Evangelion. And through that, unintentionally showing me Arceus' Wish. I hope you'll hear me in any way. Let it be a video of myself. Let it be on the Discord, or hopefully in any upcoming shows. And again, I'm very grateful for this. I'm grateful to be a part of this community. Thank you, and good night.